Probably the most annoying thing for us cat lovers is when our cats scratch our things. We forget that this behavior is their nature. But have you ever wondered about the root causes of this behavior? Well, if you've searched on this very topic and you're curious about the reasons, you're in the right video. I am sure what you are about to hear will surprise you. Before we move on to the subject of our video, I would like to make a small reminder. Could you please comment or like my video with your views and opinions? This small behavior is very valuable for individual channel owners like me. Thank you in advance. First, let's talk about instinctive roots. Before cats started living with humans, they were of course predators in the wild. Because they were hunters, their claws always had to be ready to catch their prey. They had to do this to survive. They had to do this when climbing high places and waiting for their prey, when catching their prey, to mark their territory in the wild and to leave a mark for other predators. Thousands of years of instinctive behavior continues even after domestication. Who knows, maybe thousands of years later, this instinctive behavior will disappear as a result of evolution. Scratching not only to sharpen their claws, this movement is their way of communication. This is the second item in this video. One of the main reasons why cats scratch things around them is to send a message to other cats that, this is me. The scientific explanation for this is as follows. Cats have scent glands in their paws. During surface scratching, these scent glands are activated and transferred to the objects. So they not only mark the object visibly, they also leave their scent. This is the cat language of saying this area is mine. Now here you may have a question like this. My cat has been in the same house since she was a little girl and no strange cat has ever entered the house. Why would he leave a mark for other cats? The answer to this question is instinct. Our cat doesn't only communicate with other animals, of course. It also needs to communicate with us. Scratching is part of that. Think about the times when you're playing with your cat and it suddenly stops playing and scratches things. We don't know why, but he is trying to tell us something in his own language. He is trying to tell us his feelings, his excitement, his happiness, sadness. Accordingly, the intensity of the scratching can increase or decrease. The better we as cat owners understand these emotional indicators, the better we can communicate with them. I only have one cat. Another friend of mine has 3 cats. Imagine a house with more than one cat. One of them is definitely more dominant than the others, and the others have accepted it. If they haven't, they are bound to fight a lot anyway. This dominant cat scratches more persistently than the others, and their scratching sessions are longer than the others. The reason for this is to make the other cats accept that I am the dominant cat in this house. If you know someone who has more than one cat, be sure to ask them about this. When I did, I was quite surprised by the answer I got. Our cat shows a special affection for Grandpa when he comes to our house. He doesn't leave his side. He starts scratching around him to show his affection. I know that cats also try to show their affection in this way. I mentioned at the beginning of this article that scratching has an important place in cat communication. I am sure that if we perceive the movements of our friends who cannot speak like us while expressing themselves as conscious individuals, we will be much more peaceful and happy with our friends. Another reason is that scratching is a kind of sport activity for cats. Yes, you heard me right. Their muscles need to be tense. Their bodies need to be flexible. Instinctively, cats are aware of this and unconsciously do their scratching movements. They instinctively know that doing sports will reduce their stress and release the energy inside them that they cannot give out. We cannot change the basic instincts of cats. If we live with them, we have to respect them. Scratching is in the nature of cats. First of all, we have to accept it and understand it. Providing them with scratching posts is not only to protect our belongings. It is one of the tools to help cats to act on their instincts and not to get stressed in the home environment. If we are true cat lovers, we have to accept that they have their own nature. Cat scratching is not a mischief they do, or to punish us, their housemates. It is their instinctive behavior. Our job as their friends is to understand their scratching behavior and design our cats' living spaces accordingly.